Hi folks, JP here from the podcast. Just to let you all know that the podcast is sponsored by AB Entertainment, and the AB stands for Mr. Alec Beveridge. It's a DJ and entertainment business. Alex is on Facebook and Instagram, and you can hit him up through the WhatsApp for any bookings on 07845 746 092. And also folks, the podcast has taken on a new partner, and we're partnered by MCM Framing Services and Hoops Memorabilia. If you want any jerseys, or if you've got any memorabilia sitting around you want framed or anything looked after that way, contact John Mullaney, and you can get him at johnmullaney0971@gmail.com, or contact him on his mobile 07835 072 582. And here at the Unrestricted View, we hope you're all enjoying the content, and if you are, please like and subscribe. It's free to do so, and also share amongst your Celtic family as well. Hail, hail from all of us. Good evening and welcome back along to the Celtic Unrestricted View. It's myself, JP, and joining me again for the second night in a row is my wee right-hand man. And I can see Peter Grant was good to you in your birthday, mate, and he's gave you his jersey, so it's good to see you, mate. It's nice to see you. A wee bit of colour about you, mate. Obviously, this Glasgow weather, as everybody can see, he's turned me into a gammon steak again, so... it's good to see you again, mate.
Aye, I've had frying pans, I've had fire, I've had everything, mate. So I've been called everything today. So like he says, mate, the weather's been really nice today. So it's been a bit of a change. Obviously, I know it's May now, but normally May in Glasgow sometimes isn't the best. Normally get June, July, you start new weather, mate. So it'll be hot tomorrow for the players as well. It'll be a good game to watch as a fan. You'll need jackets and gloves and hoodies. It'll be a nice day to watch the football. So, yeah, looking forward to the chat tonight, mate. Looking forward to getting stuck into the game tomorrow. We've been waiting all week to kind of do this and get stuck into the game and kind of go through it properly, mate. So, looking forward to chatting to yourself and anybody else who's tuning in. Thanks a lot, and hope you have a good night as well.
Yeah, I've had a great night, mate. I've been really busy today. Decided to weed my garden. Well, at least help my missus to weed the garden, should I say. It's quite hard to do when you've got two young kids, a 5-year-old and a 4-year-old, running a bit mental and causing havoc. So, but I've done my best. And I think I've done every bone in my body as well. I made my best. So, it's going to be interesting. And then for my sins, I went and played 5-a-side earlier. So, doing it at the Emirates. So, I'm actually going to just keep chatting to you as long as I can. So, I'm feeling trying to get up off this seat. It's one of the ones, your whole body's going to seize up, man. You know, you can feel it all starting to build. But good evening, everyone that's joining us. I hope everyone is well. Hope we've all had a lovely day on a Friday. I'll be honest with you guys and girls and boys and girls and ladies and gents. This is the first time I've actually felt anything towards the game tomorrow. I've had that much of a busy day today, honestly. This is the first time I've actually put my head around there's a game tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to it, mate. As the banner says, Celtic versus Rangers in the Glasgow derby. So, we're at home. We've got a full stadium of our fans. And should be interesting, right?
It shall, mate. It shall be indeed interesting. Obviously, we all know what tomorrow means in terms of the fixture, but also the added edge of if you win the game, they're just about league champions. Obviously, not in terms of math terms. It's not done and sold. But if you win the game by any stretch, margin, you'd at least. Thanks, George. Cheers, mate. Thank you. You'd at least
He's only done it because I wasn't available, George.
You've got then a goal difference to keep as well. So if you were to go 6 points clear, JP, with a few goals ahead, I think it's currently 5 at the moment. So if it stays, if we went to 6 or 7, then you'd like to think that with 2 games to go, it does give you a cushion as well. That if you did go to Kelly and you did make a bad performance and not get a good result, you've still got 3 points to go and get Celtic Park. So, and I did say to you today that I think you've really only got one game really to focus on after the game tomorrow if you win, because I just can't see St Mirren getting anything off of Celtic when there's a potential that at the end of that game they'll be winning a trophy. I think that will be a hard game for St Mirren. So if we don't get anything tomorrow or we don't get the win, the only chance I can see is potentially maybe not performing would be Kilmarnock, and that would obviously give our rivals across the water maybe a pinch of hope. But I just think that it'll be interesting in terms of the weather, the crowd. It's going to be a party atmosphere at Celtic Park, 60,000. Everybody will be cheering for the one thing, that's a Celtic victory. The manager seems very calm. The captain seems very calm. The Celtic camp just seems very calm and assured and collected, and I don't think we can say that about the other side, JP. We've seen snippets today of him, and that's a man under pressure, and he knows that, apparently he says he can draw a game and still be champions. I don't know if I was a fan of one of their team, I generally don't think that I'd be very happy about my manager coming with that mentality. But me folks on us, mate, and I'm looking forward to the game.
Aye, we have to dissect some of that, especially their manager. I mean, that's just, as I said, that's right. They gave him some medication. He's obviously suffering the effects of it when he was talking today. That's just how busy a day I've had. I've not even heard Brendan's interview. Normally, I'm well prepared for everybody. I've normally got wee clips for wee bits of the audio and stuff. I've had that much of a busy day. I've just not had any time to sit down and watch it. I heard Cal McGregor's done an interview as well. And,
I watched two of them, mate. Yeah, I watched two of them.
I've heard a wee clip where he asked McGregor about Cantwell. Somebody asked him about Cantwell, and he just says if that's his opinion, then kind of like fair enough. Meaning like, no, that's absolute tripe what you're talking there, pal. Do you know what I mean? And I know Callum's not going to say that, but Celt's Perth joining us again this evening. He said he's nervous for tomorrow, although confident at the same time. I'll be honest with you, I've hit 40 now, so I don't really get nervous for these games. It was the same when we played, Ryan. Like, we spoke millions of times about when we played the game. But I never ever get nerves. I never ever, like, that psyched me up even more. Like, that's the way, obviously, it might have been nerves. You could have maybe classed that as nerves, but that's what, when I played, that went positively for me, you know. It's a big game and things like that didn't really enter my head. Like, if you prepare properly, mate, and you trained hard, and then you're going out and doing what you love, mate. You're going out and doing what you enjoy. And I love McGregor. I know, like, a couple of days ago, I heard these wee, let's see if you can deal with his jibe as well. And this is a thing, we've been dropping things to them now for the last couple of weeks, mate. And none of them, they've reacted negatively about it. They've reacted like as a victim, you know, as if they're being victimised. And obviously, Clement, he's come out and says that Brendan's disrespectful, and see when he was asked today, I've heard a wee clip, I've heard a small clip, sorry. It was like 30 seconds. I've not seen the full interview, so I've only heard a wee snippet of it. You probably know more if you've seen the interviews, Ryan. Brendan saying that basically he's not that type of person to be disrespectful, and he says, look, if anybody was at my presser last week, he says it's one of the ones, it's, you know, you would have known the context of what it was said in. Just more or less highlighting that it's been took right out of the water, mate, with what's been said. So I just think for me, Ryan, my point to this one is getting into tomorrow, I just think they're starting on a back burner right away because they've come out the game angry last Sunday, fighting with their fans and aye, as I said, it's always, you know, it's going to be an even more an uphill task for them, I think, because like I says, I think if Celtic get an early goal tomorrow night, I think, you know, the crowd are going to get on top of them, and it could be curtains, mate. You could be seeing a potential doing tomorrow if it goes that way. And the weather's to be really nice, I know. So there's going to be, I think going to Paradise tomorrow, mate, there's going to be a really good feel factor about the whole day. And when the weather's nice, mate, everybody's happy. Do you know what I mean? And when them not having fans in it, I just, mate, they've no beat us all season. It's going to take something really bizarre to happen for that, you know. And I think, like the way there, I know Thomas has said they smelled defeat already there in a comment, but I believe that. I believe that I don't think they fully believe, Ryan, that they can go and do it. I don't think they fully believe they can come to Paradise and get a result, because I'm not going to hide for it, mate. We're flying. And we've not had this midfield trio really all season getting a run of games together. And if they play anywhere near the way they did in that first half at Ibrox at Celtic Park tomorrow, mate, they're going to need Jack Butland tomorrow, because it's going to just be an absolute onslaught up by the Alamo hitting their goal. So, that says, mate, I can only see one result and one result only, and that's a Celtic victory.
Yeah, obviously you've got to, whether people agree with it or no, you've obviously got to respect your rivals in terms of they're fighting for the same cause as you. They're going to come here with confidence and try and beat Celtic. So I don't want us to get overconfident because of how we're playing or how they're doing or the reaction from them. We just need to take it for your side. Until the final whistle, you respect your rivals. Obviously, as fans, we don't respect the fans. Some people don't respect fans. You're always arguing and battering, and it's always the same in these games leading up to it. But the players will respect each other until it goes to final whistle, and then it will be like a boxer in a ring. That's the way these games are. As soon as that whistle goes, it's right. That's it. Here we go. Game time. So for me, it's all about what we do, JP. It's not what they do. Because
you've got to come prepared, Dan. You've got to come prepared. After the day I've had, by the way, I'll need two of these.
Because for me, if the best version of them turn up and the best version of us turns up, there is only one winner, and it's Celtic, because Celtic are one, better players, and two, overall we're a far better team. So if the better team turns up 9 times out of 10, that team wins. Obviously, barring maybe.
By the way, you want to talk as me, Mark says he's saying about you next year by supporting the mullet, mate. Was it Mendes that got you into the trend there?
Well, I had a wee word of Mendes, but maybe a hair transplant, Mark. So the mullet might be appearing next summer.
He's gearing, Mark. Don't worry, he's gearing up for the double denim. Don't worry about
it. I've not got that hair now, Mark, to go and get a mullet, mate. After a haircut, I look like I've been singed to a bit of fire on my flames in my head, mate. So there's no chance.
Yeah, I look like that now. I've only been in the sun for one day.
But I do feel, JP, it's all about what we do. We've got folks on us, because if they come and try and press us and try and take the mantle to us, then I think it just leaves a lot of space, because we've got the better players to go and exploit that. So their manager's got to he's got to wonder what we'll do. How do I start the game? Do I go gung-ho, or do I let Celtic get a bit of joy and then go and try and get them on a counter-attack? So he's got to think about his side. For us, it's just start as fast as you can, similar to the game at Ibrox. But I think if you do that this time, if we get an early goal within the first few minutes this time, for me, it's good night Vienna, because Celtic will just go at them. They'll just keep hounding, and I think they'll crumble, because you'll no get your fans with you anymore. You've no get that, right, okay, right, settle down now, we're at home, right, we can get back into the game. When you're 1-0 up at Celtic Park and you've got 60,000 singing and cheering the team on, and the Celtic smell blood, it's going to be hard for them across the water, mate, to kind of back that up. Listen, I'm not going to sit here and say it can't happen, because it can. Like I said, you've got to, these guys, as much as we say on group chats, or he's not that good, or they're no good, but you've got to be respectful in terms of they are the second best team in Scotland at the moment. They have got some players on their day that can maybe show up and do something, and you've got to respect that anytime during a season they might not be there, but then this game they might turn up. Who knows? Like I said, the real Rangers could turn up, but they've been trying to turn up for years. But for me, JP, it's about what we do, mate. It's what we do on the park. It's how we set up. And you were talking about the pressers. I've watched the two pressers. Brendan just seems really calm, and he was laughing and joking again with the pressers. And the presser was talking about Forrest and Maeda, and he's like, "Oh, you picked my team here and stuff." It was so he's in good mood. He's in calm mood. He's in calm and cool, collected thoughts. For me, if you listen again, I've not listened to Clem Lynch's interview. It's only snippets I've seen on social media.
I've only heard these snippets myself.
But just by the two of them, I'd want my manager in my corner than theirs, because you cannot come out, whether or not you don't want to put pressure on your players or not, you should be putting pressure on your players to win this game. So you cannot come out and say, "Oh yes, if we draw, we can still be champions." But then you're having to realistically wait on Celtic to not win their game. So you're waiting on Celtic not performing. So it's not like you become champions because you've won your games and you've beat Celtic. It's because Celtic have dropped the points, and then you've took advantage of that, which is fair enough. It happens. So listen, for me, JP, it's what we do, and obviously we'll talk more in the podcast, but it's what we do, mate. Because if we turn up to even 80% of what we can, like you say, Matt O'Reilly, Hatate, McGregor, if you win that battle midfield, mate, I think you win the game.
George, we comment there, Ryan. He says he won't sleep a wink all night. Ryan looks like Viduka. By the way, you ought to see him running now. Look, he runs like Big Viduka now.
Hop along.
Big Viduka looked like a guy who used to run with a Zimmer, but he didn't have a Zimmer with him, didn't he? No? He just looked, he looked just dead slow, but he was so good with the ball. Do you remember? I don't know if you remember Viduka, do you, Ryan?
Briefly, aye.
Right. I wasn't, by the way, I wasn't having a go there. I just, obviously, you must have seen footage of him, well, what a player. I mean, he just looked dead big and sloppy, but he was see when Larson broke his leg, I know that wasn't a good thing, right? But it was probably the best thing that happened to Viduka, because he carried the team that season. Him and Moravchik, the two of them were instrumental that season. Good evening, Lindsay. How are we? Hope you're well, pal. Cheers for your wee donation to the bonus ball. Talk about bonus ball. Right, I better just do a wee live update as we are. You'll probably see it, folks, running across your running bar there. For anyone that's tuning in the podcast for the first time, the Celtic Unrestricted View are running a bonus ball. The bonus ball was donated by our partner of the podcast, MCM Framing Services, John Mullaney, and it's the top prize is the one at the very top of the picture there. So it's treble winning medals. The second prize is the Europa League medal for the Celtic game versus Bayer Leverkusen in 2021 on the 30th of September. And the third prize, folks, is a wee goodie bag there, as you can see, a wee Celtic hat, Celtic water bottle, Celtic book, and there's a couple of badges there for folk as well. So if anybody wants to get involved, as I said, I'll put up the wee banner again for you. It is a 1 in 3 chance to win a prize, so it's only £2 to enter, folks. And if anybody wants to get involved, all you have to do is send your money to our PayPal account, which is that there, RyanClifford9 at AOL.co.uk. the numbers will be picked at random for you, as we've done with everybody else. So it's quite a lot of numbers away as well. Last night, I think it was 29. There was 10. There was 10, 39. So we're up to, I think it's 44 numbers we've got now away. In terms of 44 balls, they're away. And as Blake says last night, a lot of balls on here. Yeah, we're ball deep, as we say right now, in it all. So, if anybody wants to take part, please send your money to that PayPal account that's on your screen just now, the RyanClifford9@aol.co.uk. If you don't have PayPal, folks, you can message us privately on the social media platforms. So you can message us on Facebook, Twitter, or X as it's called now, Instagram, or TikTok. You can get myself or Ryan in any one of them. So yeah, best of luck to the winner when it comes. I'll do the exact same as what we done the last time for you. So the once the numbers are all full and they're gone, we will do the live draw when we're on the podcast. So I'll do the live draw because I've got all the prizes in my possession. And best of luck to everybody that takes part. And I want to thank everybody else that's took part so far. As I said last night, Ryan, obviously the prizes, mate, they're very, very good. It's an absolute snip for £2, buddy.
Aye, like you say, it's good to give back to the listeners and fans, mate. So it's just a wee bonus ball to give back as well to the end of the season. So yeah, it's a good wee chance to win some pretty good stuff there, mate. So just a shame we can't enter because it'd be something to win as well. Like I said last night, it'd be good to win it, but obviously we can't do that because that'd be cheating. So but yeah, no, definitely. Hopefully,
I'm not letting you anyway, so don't worry.
No, definitely, it's a good wee prize, mate, for somebody to win for £2. Like I said last night, mate, £2 now, and I've seen a lot of brew these days. So there you go.
Can't even get your sports socks now. They used to advertise in tuna.
Get your sports socks, £2 for £1.
You can't even get that for £2 now. It's not even £2 for a game of football anymore. It used to be £2 years and years ago, man. It's a fiver now.
Aye, and that's added VAT on that, I know.
Aye, definitely. Aye, depending on who's playing with you. Yeah. Mince McDarwin's joining us. Evening, folks. Buzzing for tomorrow and feeling confident, as we all are. That's some photo, by the way. What a photo that is. Larson in mid action there for Sweden. Amazing. Superb. James Maguire joining us also. Good evening, James. He said, good evening, lads. Loving the content. Recent new favourite Celtic pod.
Cheers,
right
James.
Up for tomorrow, feeling confident. Thanks for the nice comment, James. Lovely. Feel free, James, to share amongst your Celtic family. Try and do your best to share it about, man. It helps us as well, do you know? So there is some changes happening, folks, for the podcast also. So the way we kind of do things is going to be changing into next season. I'm not going to give everything away right now because we'll keep that as a wee surprise for everybody. But there is some changes happening for the podcast for the better. So I'm looking forward to that when it happens. Yeah, I think obviously thinking about the game tomorrow. I don't know what kind of team of theirs is going to turn up. But I just think they're all frightened, Ryan. I've got a really, really now that would be a shout, Ange. Now, by the way, I actually don't even think you would need to tempt Big Allen.
I don't think we need to try it and drag. We've got Allen, it's all right.
Oh, definitely, I know. I actually think we should get Big Bev not involved with us. I actually think the sponsor, we should get Big Bev involved. That's what we'll get, Chris. We'll get a tombola. For the next wee competition we'll run, we'll get a wee tombola.
Put that in your tombola.
Stick that in your tombola. Made Up United under their FC. A couple of wee line pricks, Albion.
Where do you play, boys? Down the green. Oh, aye.
Just down the green. Who was it? He's got beat last week, didn't he? Aye, we get beat, aye. Who was it beat? He's the one. It was only last week, you must remember. Brilliant. There's Tommy Burns commenting tonight. He says, champions, that's what we are.
Yep.
100%. No, I'd imagine he'd be turning up his ice skates on again. Because he was like Bambi and ice against Hearts in the semi. But I don't know, he might be turning up with a black eye after hearing what happened to him on Sunday. Or a burst nose. Because I don't think that ended too well for him on Sunday. I said Saturday, I don't know. Sunday. I don't think that ended too well for him, Ryan. So we've heard.
Aye. If you go by WhatsApps or media stuff, then I don't think the big man was pleasantly welcomed after the game at the weekend. But like I says, mate, it's all about what we do in the game, and I do feel that, like you says, if we do turn up and we do get an early goal, I think it will be a long day for them, especially with no fans in the ground, already having the mentality they've not won at Celtic Park. With fans in the stadium for a long time, because they beat us obviously in the COVID season without fans. They've not beat us with a fan in a pressurised situation in a long time. I can't remember that. I seen the actual date today, but it was a while ago that was the case. So yeah, like I said, mate, look forward to the game. But in terms of, it's all about what we do, mate. I don't know what you feel about that, but yes, they can come and try and put their game to us or their game plan and try and lift us up whatever way they can. But like I says, mate, if they put it this way, see if the better players turn up from each team, the game is done before the match, because Celtic have got far better players. And that's not been disrespectful. That's just saying that Celtic have got individually better quality. That is clear to see, especially in certain positions. If Celtic turn up, JP, listen, we've been in some of these games before and we've not turned up. So you've got to have that in the back of your mind. Listen, as much as we're very confident and you need to go and do the game, you still need to turn up, you still need to work hard, you still need to put your game plan into practice. But for me, mate, you'd like to think that if you're the way we finished the game against Hearts as well, a good preparation week in training, the manager's got a fully fit squad. I just get for his press. I mean, I know you've not watched it yet, but he's very confident in his team, and he knows he spoke about kind of injuries, and he says there's reasons why we've not been at a pump, and now you're seeing Celtic really coming alive, and I really do feel that, mate. And I do feel
he said it, didn't he? That's what he said. I mean, that's what started this whole charade that's now unfolded in front of us. He's the one that said this has been Celtic come alive, and this, for me, see if he said that, that's impacted him in a massive way, mate. It really, really has.
Aye, obviously the game that they dropped points for Ross County as well, and that's obviously got them to the stage now where they need. It's an absolute certainty they've got to win this game, and so do we. Right enough, I don't feel that. Obviously, listen, if you get a draw, right, okay, it leaves you where you are, but you want to go and win the game. Every one of these games, it's a must win to me. Every one of the games. I always say when you go to Ibrox, JP, you'll maybe take a draw because you don't want to get beat. But realistically, you always need to look to win these games. It's never about drawing, it's about winning, and it's about ideally winning them and putting the team to the sword if that's the case. The game at Ibrox, if that penalty didn't happen, then I think we'd have won the game even more comfortable. Because before that, in the first half, we were brilliant. And then the Hearts game, we were brilliant, JP. So I do feel that I think us as fans tomorrow will make a big impact. Don't know what you feel on that, mate, but with 60,000, even if we just potentially or disastrously, we don't start the game very well, don't want the fans kind of get behind getting behind them in a bad way. Just be focused. You've still got plenty of time to go. If it's an early goal, we can see if we do. I know people will sit and watch this going, Ryan, don't talk about, you've got to talk about every scenario in these games because setbacks can happen, and no every one of these games is plain sailing. So if something like that does happen, JP, then we just need to, okay, kick off, take a step back, calm, be composed, and then go and put your style of play back into the game. And this is where the fans can get behind them as well, which we have been. But I'm just meaning, if we do go behind, don't get frustrated. just keep singing songs, keep praising, keep going with the team and drive them over the line.
Well, we just need to hope it's Liam Scales that doesn't get a ball in.
Don't. The Sadiq might think of that.
Listen, we're not thinking of that. Listen, Liam's on it. He'll be on it tomorrow.
He's on it
tonight. He's on it tonight. He's on it tonight in the Thingy Hotel, the
Dakota.
Dakota. He's on it tonight. He's sitting at a bar now. He's watching this podcast.
A few glasses of red wine.
He's sitting at a bar now watching it because we're bugged. Obviously, we're bugged. Him and Taylor must watch this. Somebody goes back and must say to them, "This is what you need to do this and do that." I'm only having a laugh. No, as I said, listen, I think the boys will be fully focused tomorrow, especially the boys in their team. Every one of them will be fully focused and, ready to go. And start with that energy and pace, power. Kyogo, back to his best, turning it on. Up against Big Bendy Devo. Running at him. Maeda running at Tavernier. Tavernier running out the stadium on the far side. Probably just like Forrest Gump. See you later, because he doesn't want to chase him anymore. Probably Borna Barisic dishing out bottles of water, probably with Waterboy, Bobby Boucher. You probably don't know. Is Thingy fit for them? He just got his bus pass the other day. What's his name? Big boy at the back.
Oh, Balogun? Don't think so.
Is he fit for him? No, is he? Is he out? Right, okay.
For what I've seen, the only Seamer's out, Matondo's out, and so is
Seamer and Matondo?
Yes.
Oh, they've no pace, man. They've not got any pace. So right away, that where are they looking to for? For that sort of oomph.
Mm-hmm.
Probably your mate, Scott Wright, might get a game.
I'm telling you, by the way, we must be bugged because we said that if he started, Greg Taylor would be, and I was right because he was.
Made him look like a better
again, I don't know what would be disrespectful, JP, to any players.
No, listen, see everything we say on here.
The guy's not good enough to play for Rangers every week, right? And the Rangers fans know that. And we said on the podcast before the last game at Ibrox, if Scott Wright plays, the Celtic manager and Greg Taylor will be, here we go, fantastic, because he won't cause me any issues. And what happened in the first half, Celtic were brilliant. What happened at half-time? Scott Wright got took off. Why was that? Because he was having a mare. And that just tells you that we were right about that. That everything we say is just about happened in the first half. Obviously, the second half, the penalty came in and they came back in the game. But if Scott Wright plays, then for him, fantastic. But that's the only. This is the thing for me, right? I can only talk from my perspective because I was a bit nippy. I had a wee bit of pace, right? Defenders, doesn't matter how much ability you've got, if it's none or if you're Lionel Messi. See, if you've got pace, defenders do not like you turning them. They don't like you getting at them because if you're quick, you can turn them, go direction quicker than them. So that's when you've got a wee bit of threat. Even though I don't rate Matondo, the boy Seamer's done okay for them. I don't think he's brilliant, but he's done okay for them. But
evening, lads.
If even I'm guessing it still. I'm guessing if it's no even
could be.
Could
be one or the other.
If you've got pace, JP, then you're always going to cause a threat, no matter your ability or how good you are. So not having that, mate, I think that's definitely a good sign for us.
No, listen, you're spot on, mate. But now that you've confirmed that Matondo and Seamer are out, that's a worry. Do you know what my biggest fear for them is, Ryan? Right? And I've watched them for a number of weeks now. You know I have, because we've chatted about their games. The two of us have watched them. We've obviously known these games were coming up. They can't play through the team. So where See when they win the ball, right? They go route one because they can't play through. Even with Tom Lawrence. By the way, you're better with Martin Lawrence because don't believe the hype with that boy. Honestly, I've watched him. I watched him against St Johnson, and he nutmegged his cell with the ball. He's running into people and everything. Don't be fooled by that hype. It's they can't play through anybody. They've not got anybody to hurt us. Barbie's not going to hurt us. He's probably going to jelly sell him on it to make him look good for his next TikTok video. I'm not being disrespectful here. I've watched these guys for weeks, right? In games where they go behind, they get help. So decisions are made where somebody in the opposition sent off, they're given a penalty. We did an interview with a Hall of Famer just the other week, thanking his teammates for winning penalties.
Never heard that in my life,
by the way. I've never heard of that in my puff, by the way. Now, they've never thanked anybody for... He's never thanked anybody for helping them win trophies.
No one many, mate, that's right.
No, but Ryan, come on, man. You can't stand in a public place, in an interview, when you're at an award ceremony, saying, thank you very much to my teammates for getting me penalties. No one, are you laughing?
I don't know. That just
is this where we are now? Is this the world we're living in now?
I don't know if you've seen it or anybody who's watching seen it, right? When I seen it back, I seen it in live play, and then when I seen it on the highlights after the game, I couldn't believe what I seen. Right, there was a part of play in the Dundee game, and it was in the Dundee bit. It was a cross or a corner that came into the Rangers box. It was defended and it came outside, right? The Dundee defender was challenged by the Rangers player. And John Lundstrom was asking for a penalty. He was asking for a penalty and it was in the Rangers box. He was asking for a penalty. They're just tuned to ask for penalties. I couldn't believe what I seen.
You know what? See, now that I remember that.
He put his hands up asking for a penalty.
He's doing that. I know. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But obviously, that game last Sunday, right? The start of that game was mental. I mean, they'd more checks. They'd more checks in the first 15 minutes than what was done at Glasgow Airport in the last 15 years.
Yeah, probably.
Honestly. Like, I was like, what's going on here? With the amount of VAR checks. The first half, he had on 8 minutes, right? Second half, he only had on 4, and there was 6 subs.
It's 30 seconds a sub.
Mental.
Supposedly, anyway, it's meant to be 30 seconds a sub, and obviously there was other things in the game, but
it's crazy, mate. There was 11 fouls by Rangers players in that game. Not one of them get booked. Kilmarnock had 9 fouls, and they had 4 yellow cards and a red card in the game. I don't know if anybody on here listens to Graham Spears' podcast. They done a thing a while ago, well, fairly recently, but it was a couple of months ago. And it was to do with teams that play against Rangers and how many times you've got to be in the Rangers box to be given a penalty. And it was Celtic as well. So, like, Celtic have got to be in the opponent's box so many times to be given a penalty. The threshold was absolute for them. It was, Ryan, you not the way, but you must have heard this. The threshold for them was absolutely frightening. It was like opposite teams had to be in Rangers' box 180 times before they were gifted a penalty. Do you want to know what the Rangers one was if they're in the opposition box? 5. So Rangers are in the opposition's box 5 times, and each time out of that period of time they're given a penalty. If anybody can and get that interview, it's a podcast that Graham Spears does. I would go and tune into that and have a listen, because there was somebody on there, Ryan, wasn't there, with proper stats.
It was all, everything the guy says, it was all clear facts. And obviously Graham Spears, I think he was a Rangers fan, and now he says I'm neighbour near.
Yes.
He's like, nah, I'm away for it. But I just hope that, not just for, listen, for the game as a whole, JP, for us, or even them, I just hope that a decision does not impact the game. And I just hope that the game's won through football and it doesn't, because we've seen it at the Real Madrid game, that I just hope to go. Honestly, I said to my old man, see if this happened on Saturday and it potentially stop Celtic winning the league, right? That goal that Bayern Munich scored on the last kick of the ball potentially could have been onside, but because the referee put his flag up,
what happened? Sorry,
right? So at the end of the Real Madrid game, right, Bayern Munich scored, right. I think there was either they went and scored.
Right. It was a Delict's goal, wasn't it?
Yes.
Aye.
But because the linesman has blown for offside, they can't go back and check it. But the rules are these days now, which we're all frustrated by. You
need to let it play first.
You need to let it play, and then you give offside, and then you go and check VAR to make sure the referee or the linesman's done right. So if that happens on Saturday, there's going to be ape shit in Glasgow, because that's just going to go. Because see, in my opinion, what that happened, JP, that could be classed as potentially corruption. One, Real Madrid are the biggest team in the world, probably. Everybody was probably wanting them to go for the spectacle, Real Madrid, to get there. We all know about in certain countries have been done for bribery and all this and that, so it looks suspect. I'm not saying that is the case, but I'm just saying, I just hope that something like that does not happen in Scotland, because it's going to be one fire. The abuse people are going to get, and I don't want that. I want the game to be won on the park, and I do feel what will happen. I think we won a game.
Yeah.
I think we've got too much quality. We've got too much confidence in the team now. We're flying at the moment. I just think it's all down to pressure. JPR says it.
Mm-hmm.
We've said it a while ago, and I've said it myself, that it's when Celtic turn up and they know that it's getting to this stage of the season. Celtic have done it here plenty of time. We've done it for years and years and years.
Yep.
And the only season recently that's not happened, as we all know, that the full season was a shit show. Take away that with fans, Celtic have won the league.
Mm-hmm.
Every season since, was it two, where I'm trying, this is 2024, so 10, since 2012-13, roughly, Celtic have won just about every league, thereabouts, roughly. So that just tells you that the mentality of the squad, and it was really interesting, JP, about what I'll let you come in on this and see what you think it. Brendan Rodgers says, obviously, when he was here for the Invincible treble, and he says, listen, we could have chucked that halfway through the season knowing that the league was finished. He says, but every game you turn up. He says, every game's different. You turn up to be the best you can in that game. You turn up to win the best you can, but every game's different. So that's what he says. He went the mentality of this club and the players and who have been here to continue to go every game to go and win. He says that's basically what he's saying, is we just continue every game. Doesn't matter if we're behind in the league or ahead. You continue to strive to go forward. And I found that interesting, JP, that he says, well, we went Invincible treble, but we could have went, you know what, 2 games to go. Let's just take the shackles off and just relax with cigars. And that's still the case. So I think the experience that we've been here, we've done it. We know the team's full of winners. They're the opposite. They've got teams, some players have not won a lot of trophies. Some, I don't know if they've won trophies and they're played elsewhere, but Scotland, at this pressure stage, they've not won a lot. They've not been in these situations where it's won or bust, really. So I think that would be for me, JP, that's the biggest edge I think we've got, is the fact that these players have been here and done it, and we're at home. For me, mate, I think it's, if Celtic turned up, I think it could be a really horrible day for them. But again, you've got to respect them. Listen, we could have a horrible start, and then it could. But I don't know if you feel on that, mate. But I thought Rodgers' that about the pressure than that was really, really good.
Yeah, Ryan, I think I go back to it, mate. I think, see, with that mob across the water, mate, I really do think they lack humility. They lack being humble. They're not humble. This has been the problem since they formed their new club in 2012. They've went away down the leagues and they have had nothing but a siege mentality to catch Celtic. That's been their ultimate goal. So they have spent out with their means, which has put them in, again, financial difficulty. They have not thought about an infrastructure behind the scenes. Their recruitment is done erratically. So it's all kind of eeny, meeny, miny, mo. And it's a scattergun approach to the way they do things. Their choice and manager, every one of the managers that have come in from since they became the new club they are, they've all had the same mentality. They've all had this arrogance, this bravado about them. The only one I can say who was slightly humble in all that I've saw so far since 2012 is Van Bronckhorst.
I agree with you.
He was the only one who was respectful to his opponents. He was the only one who showed any respect towards opponents. They think they're victimised every time, and they think it's everybody else and no them. That's the way. That's just the way it is. You know, they think everybody's against them, and they've got this. You know, I don't know what their perception is and what the way they perceive things, but for me, that's the way that, the way I see it looking in. I'm not a fan, so I don't support that team, obviously. And just looking at them, I really do think that they've got this sort of siege mentality. And right from day one, mate, they've thought nothing but to catch Celtic, stop Celtic. And what they've done there, Ryan, is they've been disrespectful to the rest of Scottish football in that process. So they've not given a jip about the rest of the teams. That's why you're seeing comments from their manager saying that it's a freak accident when other teams are beating them. It's crazy for me and you, but these guys are that deluded. They're that silly that they actually think that that shouldn't be allowed to happen. I think that most of us have all heard the audio of him having a go at the journalist, last Sunday, telling them how they're frightened of Brendan Rodgers. They don't have a go at him. He's disrespectful. He would never do that about another team. It was only a couple of weeks ago, mate. He never shook the Ross County manager's hand and walked right down the tunnel. So, the irony that about the man tells you everything you need to know. But I don't know what's in his manager's office drawer, right? But they were all sniffing the same thing because Pedro Caixinha was the exact same. He told Chris Sutton, he believed his team were the best. Chris Sutton asked him, what one of the Celtic players wouldn't you get in your team? And he couldn't answer him. It was all silliness for him. It was, Chris Sutton's like, well, I'm asking the questions. You say, well, I can ask the questions as well. So we've had nothing but chuckle after chuckle after chuckle. I feel like Barry and Paul here. I actually do feel as if we're the Chuckle Brothers, But I think they have a problem, mate. They have this problem where they think they should be given. See the way it comes across, right, Ryan? I don't know if it's just them as a club, mate. You can tell me what you think on that, right? And then I'll answer the bit you've asked about the Brendan being calm, and I think that's just the way Brendan is. I don't think Brendan's going to approach any game like that. But Brendan has got humility in abundance. He respects every opponent. He mentions them being good clubs and the way they run and the way they operate. But for me, the way they operate as a club, like I says, and the infrastructure that they currently have just now that may change. That might change through time, but it is going to take time. This is the thing. Celtic put the way of working and the way they do things into place years ago, Ryan. Years ago, mate. So everything everything that we're built on now, we're built to be resilient when we face adversity. So when we're not successful and we don't, just say we don't win the league, look at the 10 season. We bounce back the season after. Because it's the way the club's structured, it's the way we're built, Ryan. We're built to do that. And that's the way we operate. They know any success they're going to have is over short term and intermediate because of what they've got. And that's not been addressed, mate. And do you know what I think they lack? I've always said this, Ryan. See, anybody that's trying to start again in life or they're trying to do something again, you need to acknowledge your past. And they haven't once apologised for their wrongdoings. And they claim that they're the same club. They claim all the same things, But they have not once apologised for what they've done. And they've not moved on properly because they can't. Because they're still holding on to that. We're Rangers, we are the people, all the kind of shouts you hear from them, mate. That, they're still holding on to all that, mate. They can't move on. They can't understand that that's a new club. They might be the same fan base, but they've had to start again, mate. They had to go away down to the lowest division in Scottish football and start again. And by the way, they were even lucky to do that. So, all the jibes, and I kind of don't really get bogged down, mate, anymore, Ryan, because I know we'll have a laugh, mate, and we can all have a carry on about it, right? But it will continue to happen, mate, because of who they've got leading the club. Listen to him. All you need to do is listen to interviews. Listen to the way he operates.
There's definitely, listen, we can only focus on us, but in terms of aim, their remit is to win the league.
I'm only talking about them because we're playing them tomorrow. So
theirs is to, the way, again, I'm more looking for outset, and their remit is beat Celtic to the league.
It's a siege mentality, right?
And that's
Celtic,
it.
That's tunnel vision for the day dot for them.
The way the model goes in terms of selling players or recruitment, etc., is to win the league, and that's it. Because we've seen it obviously.
They don't cash in when they're high on top, mate. They don't strike when they let players go who they call their assets leave for nothing.
Well, their assets. Well, this is why I still say this is where I think the majority of the football world knew that season was a one-off, because they had one of their best seasons in a long, long time that season, and then obviously they got to a European final again, right? They've not sold.
Exactly.
They've not sold a big player for big money in a long, long time, even though when they had success. Now, even though when Celtic haven't had success, they've sold players for big money. That's because we've got assets that eventually, if you do your proper business-wise and your proper research in terms of buying them, selling them, when to sell them, and not. Sometimes I do feel the season before when Edward did go, as much as we didn't want to go because we were going for at that time, if you look back now, if you sold him when we did, we'd have probably got £30 million for the guy, because the guy was, and almost people hit me, well, trust me, at that point in time, Edward was flying. Edward was flying at that time. He was scoring goals galore. He was performing week in, week out. He was doing it in Europe as well. So, and then obviously, a year left his contract, and we still sold him for was it 17 or 19 million £. So,
look at the money we got for Ayer.
Aye. So in terms of Rangers, JP, I don't really. I know we have a bit of banter about it, but their fans are still.
Ryan, I'm giving a bit of perspective as to what we're actually up against.
Their fans
will do things.
Their fans are still put in because they love their club. They'll still put in money. They'll still buy strips. They'll still get share issues. They'll still do this, even though they've been mugged off for years. They've put in all the hard-earned money, which, by the way, I've said to you, I think it's scandalous the way the club are treated. As much as we're rivals, you don't treat human beings like that. Do you know what? We need money. Give your money, but what you're getting for the output, it's the same as us. See, if we were continuing to put money and we were continuing losing leagues, we'll go, wait a minute here. Where's all this money that you've made? No, but that's what I'm saying. But but you've got to. you've got to kind of counter argue. If that was us, I'd be pissed off. So, but in terms of the way the JP for them to get over us, they need to listen. By the way, this is obviously if we win the league this year, right? Again, I'm not going to sit here and say the league's won and this and that. You've got
it's not done yet.
Right?
Of course it's not.
If we go and win the league, then they've got to sit down as a board and a club and go, right, how do we do this? None of this just spend money and just because you've got to have a long-term plan in football, be that us in Europe or them to win the league back against Celtic or whatever. You've got to have a long-term plan. If you don't have a long-term plan, you're always going to fail because once you get that short-term fix, right, okay, we've got here now, but what do we do? So you've always got to have a plan, right? Okay, if you don't win the league, right, okay, we've got a bit of money here. We'll regroup. We've still got some good players here. And like us, we went and we obviously go further forward. But in terms of us, JP, at the Morris game, it's all about what we do, mate.
That was a belter, Thomas. Remember this ring?
Aye.
You buy the pies, you buy your programmes, you buy the papers, you buy the shells.
I'm generally no. In terms of the morning, mate, it's what we do. I don't. Unless we underperform, JP, then they'll win the game. It's as simple as that. And people can screenshot this and video record it. And Saturday night, if they get a result, fair enough. I'll take the flack, I'll take the banter, I'll take whatever you can. But the be all and end all is if Celtic turned up, it's game's a bogey because this Celtic team are too good in terms of the players. People say that they're close in match and ability. It's just Looney Tunes. It's generally, listen, if you go win the league, fair enough. You've been the best team, fair enough, fire away. But in terms of individual quality of players, Celtic have got better individual quality players, and I think a realist will tell you that, JP. People who know football and you can don't understand that. Look at who we've got to back. I know Liam Scales isn't my cup of tea or a lot of guys' cup of teas, but you've got Carter Vickers there, who's a man mountain. Carter Vickers could play the back himself. He's that good sometimes. He's really good, JP, and having him back tomorrow. Having him tomorrow is massive, fully fit because he's really good, JP, and he's got to measure Adessers as well. So he get nothing off Celtic really at Celtic Park. Again, listen, I just hope to God that guy does not have the game of his life because he's not been good all season. Don't get me wrong, I was a striker myself, and he scores goals. Fair play to him. He's got 20 goals this year. Take a hat off the guy, but his overall play for the standard the club that they are at and the standard they want to get to, I think they need to look for better, mate. But on us, like you mentioned, Kyogo, again, if he turns up, JP, he loves this fixture and gets 7 goals or something like that in this fixture. So if he turns up, mate, I think. But for me, the battle's won in midfield, mate. If we win in the battle midfield, JP, I think you win the game and it goes for there.
Right, well, give us your team, man. Who's your team tomorrow?
I think it kind of picks itself, to be honest with you, mate. Scott Baines in goals and Seagrave's right back, and I'm like,
brilliant, man. Yes.
Obviously, Joe Hart
Adam Montgomery left back.
Aye. Joe Hart in goals, and I must admit, I want to give a big shout out to Joe Hart because I was a wee bit kind of critical at the start of the season that we had to get a new goalkeeper. It was a necessity.
It's a go for Joe.
Aye, no, but let's be fair, JP. It wouldn't surprise me if Joe Hart gets player of the year, because he's been really good this season. Yes, he's had the odd wee moment here and there, but
Sunday night, isn't it?
I think it'll be between him and Matt O'Reilly probably. If I've been watching the team correctly this season, I think Joe Hart's been brilliant, JP, and give him a big shout out.
By the way, I'm not annoyed. I'm not annoyed at either.
No, he's no
consistency.
If there was a most improved player that you used to get back in the day, then maybe he would get that.
You still get that? I don't know if you still get that.
I don't know, but I would say Joe Hart and goals. Your right back will be AJ. Centre back, I think, will be Vickers and Scales. Your left back will be Greg Taylor. The midfield trio, the usual midfield, Hatate, O'Reilly, and McGregor. And I think it'll be Forrest, Kyogo, and Maeda. I think it just picks itself as much as there might be a wee argument for Kuhn, maybe. If he wants, because I think Kuhn obviously goes to that side and likes to cut inside, but Forrest is the same opposite side. So I'm going to go with Reto, and I just think Tavernier is just going to get the finals. He'll be dreaming of be Duracell bunny in his sleep. He'll be up and down getting getting cups of tea and biscuits and going, oh no, I'm playing him tomorrow. And
He's in the Belgrove Hotel now, isn't he? Storing in a shower, listening to the Boy George singing a crying game.
So that's my front three, mate. Kyle will go, Maeda, and I think Jamesy Forrest will play. I think James Forrest has come on a wee bit of a game and he's still got a bit of the quality. And then if you need to make subs, you've got Palmer and obviously Kuhn on the bench as well to come on. Don't know if Yang will be on the bench. I hope not, because I don't see him contributing much to Celtic personally. And in the duration he's here, I don't see it with him. But again, I've said it through players before, mate, and I'll be wrong again in my life. So, but that's my team, mate. And you've still got guys like Bernardo to come off the bench as well. Adam Edick come off the bench. You've got a bit of quality off the bench, and like I say, mate, who have they got maybe on the bench? Scott Wright.
Scott Wright, amazing. Good evening, big man. How are we? Our sponsor of a podcast is joining us. He's probably joined in because we mentioned the word drag. So, in case you missed it, big man, we're thinking about doing a podcast in drag. It was a wee suggestion that was done earlier. Me and Ryan are going to have to really try hard to get it done properly, but Big Alan fits in well with that. And
I'll need to get back into the full scale hydraulics gym again, man. Or that lycra gear, by the way, man.
Spandex.
Well, I'm used to that the half 10 show, so I might.
You look like Eddie Murphy when he turns into Buddy Love out in the Nutty Professor.
Buddy Love.
Bev, we'll need to get you involved with that one, by the way. We'll need to run another meeting after this now. It's good to see you, big man. Hope you're well.
Yeah, hope you're well, big man.
By the way, that'd be a great score, I know. It'd be a lovely day. Hopefully we get a belter of a day all round. Plunges went for his team tonight. He's going to be Bain, Ralston, Lager, Bielka, Narotsky, Montgomery, Home, Bernardo, Iwata, Palmer, Reader. Do you know we'd probably still hammer them with that team? That's the thing about it. You're laughing now. We'd actually probably still beat them with that team. I
must admit, it's actually not the worst team I've seen by the way reserves.
No,
it's not the worst.
No, definitely no.
You've got £8 million at centre back.
Well, there you go. And you've got 8 million jelly beans and goals for you.
It's got to
be being out of Batman, aren't you?
Aye.
Oh, there we go. Double denim drag. We need to get mass with Danny Roll on them as well.
He's need high boots.
For that one. Aye, definitely. We'll get Baz involved. I know, Baz. I'm sure you get that sorted for us. We'll get a pair of these. He's new white leather ones I'm about to get you, Ryan. Ones you got for keeping them up there. The boys all got my new pair of boots here, so brilliant. But aye, my team tomorrow, I think I'm pretty much the same as everybody else is thinking here. Joe Hart in goals, Paul Telford right back, Badr El Kaddouri left back. I go for Josh Hoyvelt and Josh Thompson at centre back.
What about Thomas Rogner?
I was torn between them, Thomas Rogner and Glenn Loovens. I wasn't sure who I was going to go with. But no, I'm only kidding. So Joe Hart, so I go for Joe. AJ at right back, Carter Vickers, the big man I've loved all year, the big ginger ninja, big Liam Scales. We Oxo at left back, easy does it. McGregor, midfield, Hattati, O'Reilly. Want to go with Jamesy boy. I think he's been superb, man, the last wee while. Palmer. I'm only kidding. Maeda, of course. And Kyogo. I think that team picks itself tomorrow, really. Knowing Brendan, but he's probably going to throw us a mad wild card and we'll probably see, I don't know.
Joey Dawson up front.
Joey Dawson up front, mate.
And you deal, son. And you deal, and you go, son.
Danny Kelly in the midfield. Do you know what? We'd probably still beat them, I know.
I know.
That'd be a brilliant man, Del. Cascarino. Superb.
But I don't know what you feel, JP, but I do feel as well that the fact that the wee man up front's kind of starting to motor again, and his movement for me, his movements different. Gravy have
Put a fear on you, mate.
his movements that I don't think anybody who's maybe no played football at any level, and maybe they've just not really played football, had an interest in playing. When you see this guy's movement, you realise how good he is. Yeah. That's just frightening. To know when to move into space, to know when to run. He's not running like a headless chicken. He just knows when to be there. And
you were busting into the gambler there. Nowhere to hold him, nowhere to walk away.
But I do feel the wee man. I do feel the wee man JP will be very, very crucial to us tomorrow. He might only get one chance in the game, but you've got full confidence in the wee man now the way he's playing that he'll take it. And I do feel the aim across the water, the big man Dessers, he might take five shots to get him a goal, but I think with us, one or two chances, you get a goal. I think that's the difference.
Tequila Rose or after shot or something like
that. Well, I do think that's the difference, mate. I think we've got a proper number 9 up there, and I know that might sound stupid because he scored his 20 goals this season, but his overall play isn't great. And in these games, especially if you're 1-0 down, say we go 1-0 down, hopefully not, but we do, that's when you need to use a wee man to run the channels, try and hold the ball up. But when the ball goes up there, it's got to stick. It's the same as if you're nothing each or 1 or 2 nothing up. The ball's got to stick. So that will be, for me, I think they'll play a long ball, JP. It's just long ball. It will get the ball up. It will frustrate Celtic. They'll try and frustrate us. It'll be a long ball. They'll try and get in about us. They'll try and get Lundstrom or so to put a fly tackle on or so to get the game kind of ruffled up, which is fair enough. Listen, it's the dirty tactics of football. But I don't think they've won the battle in a long time against us, so I don't see that happening again tomorrow. And we're done to Partick Thistle. They've just won the playoff there, so we're done to Graham and Partick Thistle.
I met Big Brian today in the Barbers. He was in getting his haircut at the same time as me.
That's him through to the final.
Amazing.
So
was that not the quarter final?
Well, whatever it is, or semi final, whatever they're through to, whatever it is. So that's him on that game there. So, obviously, I don't know what you feel about that, JP, but I feel the wee man, the more will be crucial.
He scored their 2 goals, I know.
If BKO goes on form, the more JP and he gets a wee sniff of a chance, because the way I feel that we're going to work is, I think they're going to. I think it'll be Yilmaz at left back. I don't think it'll be Barisic. I think it'll be Yilmaz. So I don't think they'll pressure him as much. I think they'll pressure Tavernier, and I think Kyogo and Maeda will work to go that side. But I do feel that Clement will put Suter next to Tavernier instead of Ben Davies, because because I think Suter's a better. I think Suter's a better defender than Ben Davies, and Suter can potentially maybe help Tavernier, but Ben Davies might know. So I think that's what he'll do. I think that'll be their back 4. I might be wrong, but I think that'll be their back 4. And I think
saw that against Motherwell, how good he is.
So I think that's what we'll do. I think we'll just pressurise him, because I think Maeda's got his number, and I think the manager knows that. I don't know if you feel on that, JP, but I do feel that will be where you stop them playing by nullifying him, because, like I says, as much as we criticise the defending, he can score free kicks, he can get up, he can get down it, he can put in good deliveries. Yeah, plunge, I know he is, but that's what I'm saying. He's not that good defender. Suter, as much as I've criticised in the past, he's a better defender.
Actually not good on the ball either, plunge.
He's a better defender than Ben Davies, so that's why I'm thinking Suter will play next to Tavernier to help Tavernier. And Suter's he's got a wee bit of pace. He's not lightning quick, but he's got a wee dart, and I think that will help Tavernier.
He doesn't have the diags.
So again, I'm just trying to think how they'll play and then how we go with it, and I think we'll press them that side, because I do feel that Tavernier, especially with the 60,000, it'll be right on his back, right away, as soon as he's on his touch, and you'll probably see with Tavernier, especially Tavernier, if his first touch of the game is either out the park or it's a bad touch, boom, get on him, because then you know that he's not up for it. But if his first touch is good, similar, JP, when you play football, you know yourself, when you hit a first good pass or a first good shot, or your first touch is good in the game, it gets you into the game. All right, cool, that's me in. But if you take a bad touch in the first few minutes, you can right on your back, man.
Well, that's it. But I think, obviously, most of your football is going to come through in mid-60s, mate, because That's where we hurt teams. Our rotations in there are unbelievable. And then you go for the 7.5 into the 10. But what I love about Celtic, Ryan, is when we play at speed, mate, that's when we're at our best. That's when we... And that's what I think they're going to lack tomorrow, because they don't have any legs. They don't have any legs. That, you know, I don't see how they get that impetus in the game. You know, we're going to have legs. We're going to have Hatate. We're going to have McGregor. We're going to have O'Reilly, who can get up and down the pitch. Hatate will obviously go and help Maeda as well on the left-hand side. And he loves picking up, you know, in the wee kind of half pockets. And just that, like I says, mate, I'm going to the game tomorrow, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm just really looking forward to going and having some fun.
No, me as well. I'm going myself, mate. Remember, sunglasses. Maybe a wee towel for sitting at your seat, because it'll be a nice relaxing performance. I think, mate. I think we'll do it. I've got this similar feeling in the game that when we played them at Celtic Park, we won 3-0. I said on the podcast, I said to you, I said 3-0.
Why we played them the Wednesday night in February.
I said to you, but I actually put a bet on 3-0, and I was that confident. I did say 3-0 and we won the game, and I've got that feeling again, JP. I really do feel that.
We just need to say on that, if anybody decides to do that, please gamble responsibly.
Yes. I do feel, JP, that it's down to us and more, mate. I don't. Obviously, they'll be on their podcast and their group chats thinking, right, it's down to what we do. But for me, I think it's what Celtic do. If Celtic don't turn up to what we can, then they'll take advantage of it possibly. But if we turn up to anything we can, JP, for me, don't you feel, mate? But these guys are just too much a good quality to not win the game.
Yeah. Half two is probably the earliest you've ever seen a Tina Turner CD getting part in a draw, aren't you, mate?
I think the King frame, I think that'll be in the bin next in the morning. You know, good luck to his enemy. That's
up his out street, man. The old pubs will be shut.
The Penny Arcade.
Everybody's popped out.
The Penny Arcade will not be getting sung anyway. I don't think that'll be getting sung anyway.
Penny Arcade will be penny for a guy.
Aye.
He's a bit of money for the next one. But I says, I hope everybody's. Oh man, you don't want to be doing stuff like that, man. Because he's. By the way, it better not be, if it's on double denim, you have no chance.
We'll maybe get that sorted next year, Dale. We'll get that sorted.
Right, we could maybe do something like that for next season, Dale. Aye, definitely. Why not? But no cheating. I know what you boys are like, man. No cheating. We'll be like, I'm going to do a Brendan on you. I'm going to play the mind games with you, and he's all be like big Clemmy. He's all be going nuts. So he's one.
Stop being disrespectful. Stop being
disrespectful. He's never challenged him. Why he's not challenging him? He's never ever challenged him.
Ryan, let me speak. Stop being a cheerleader, Ryan.
Aye. Come on, Derek. Come on in now. Aye. You're a cheerleader.
Let me speak. Stop calling me a cheerleader, Derek.
Leave him on. He has on his stein on, don't worry. Leave him on.
Don't you call me a cheerleader, Derek.
I'm a cheerleader, Derek. I'm a cheerleader.
Let me speak.
No. It's the fact that every time Rangers are playing, Barry, you've got pom-poms sticking out your ears. You and big what's his face? I used to go on Big Derek. What's his name? He used to go on Clyde One.
Who?
He was arguing with Big Sutton, mind. What was his name, man?
Sutton?
You remember Big Sutton was on Clyde One talking to him? Big Derek. No, Derek.
Oh, Derek Johnson.
Derek Johnson, that's it. Big DJ. Big DJ. He's like, he said, I've been on this panel for 25 years. Big Sutton's like, as a cheerleader.
Why don't you slaughter McCoy? He's my mate.
You're a party political puppet.
Yeah, you're just a puppet.
He says you're a party political broadcaster.
Don't call me a cheerleader, Derek. Brilliant, man.
Then he's like, I'm doing a charity night in St. Luke's. You want to come, Derek? He's like, no. He's, I hope you make lots of money, but I'll not be earning big sons like you, man. It's a shame, Derek. Brilliant, man.
Brilliant.
That's a shame. But listen, we've annoyed everybody on a Friday night long enough. I want to thank everybody that's took time across all the platforms we're streaming on tonight.
Yep.
There's exactly 220 people watching us just now. So thank you very much for taking your Friday night to watch a couple of luncheons for East End of Glasgow. Talk about double denim and face masks and doing podcasts and drag and
pom-poms and cheerleaders.
Pom-poms and cheerleaders and talk about Rangers. But we're only doing that because we're playing the Memora. Or that team that they call themselves Rangers, if you want to be exact. And no, what you're saying.
I've just got a flashback of people having.
That's right, Thomas. Aye, he did, mate. That's when he announced his retirement.
I just had a flashback of Rangers fans having carbon cuts and Gerrard.
Aye, pretending to do funerals with him and all that, remember?
This is a fan base that used to wear loaf packets on the
This is what I'm saying. How can you take that mob seriously? They used to have Warburton's loaf packets on their head going to games.
Oh, brilliant. Good banter, man. I love it.
Singing about a guy who wears a magic hat. Honestly, man. Wizardora couldn't even help him.
Oh, man. Too many have run the magical Davy Donut bus, man.
Oh, seriously, man. I mean a magical mystery tour. Ain't heavy,
Motion. Motion, Caroline, motion.
Oh, Dale, you're too kind, mate. Thank you very much, man.
Oh, thanks a lot, Dale. Appreciate it, mate. Thank you.
Thank you, buddy.
Well, that's it. The quiz is happening now, Dale. Thanks a lot.
The quiz needs to happen now, mate. Everybody's got a price.
Right.
Everybody's got
a price.
Aye. Lines up for anything for a tenner, by the way. By the way, Dale, he's looking for you to tune in at 10:30 to give him more.
Aye, 10:30, Dale. 10:30 show.
10:30 show tonight, man. He's got something tuned in for his Bumblebee. His Bumblebee tap on his buzzing.
It's a Derby special one tonight, Dale, and loads happening. Derby specials.
Brilliant. Derby special, aye. Aye. Podcaster wins Derby by a head. Or by giving head, one of the
By giving head. By giving head.
Podcaster wins Derby.
Brilliant.
Absolutely superb, man. By the way, Big Alan's not even on here. This is just flowed like this tonight, man. It's
brilliant.
But listen, everybody. I hope everyone has a lovely weekend. Anybody that's got the game tomorrow, please look after yourselves. It's going to be very warm tomorrow. I've read tonight it's going to be about 25 degrees. So yeah, please look after yourselves. Stay hydrated because it can be a very warm day, especially in a cauldron of paradise.
By there, see everything we talk about in this podcast, it always comes with a reference. Cold bovrils I've been talking about. There you go. Why do you want a hot bovril in a 25-degree heat?
There we go. See?
See?
You don't need a brolly right enough, so you're all right.
No, you don't need a plastic brolly either, mate. No,
will they let you in with a sombrero?
I don't know, will they?
Well, there's a cover in it. They wouldn't let you in with a brolly.
That's a good shout, aye.
They certainly won't let me in with my bottle of tequila, that's for sure. I need to drink that before I go in.
Just put it in a Coke cup. You'll be all right.
A Coke bottle, aye. I'll buy a big 2 litre of Bar's Cola and pour it all out.
The guy said, "What's that, mate? I've
got a bad cough, mate. That's my medicine. It's my medicine. That's my medicine. It's a bad cough. Guys, anybody that's looking for a wee shot of the bonus ball, as I said earlier, please contact us in any one of the social media, or you can pay your £2 to enter into this here Like I says, folks, it's a 1 in 3 chances of winning a fantastic prize. I'll put up the prizes again for you. Show you what we've got. There they are. I'll take the banners away for a wee second. There we go. So the top prize is the treble winning medals. The second prize is a Europa League medal versus Bayer Leverkusen. Third prize is a wee goodie bag. And like I says, folks, we'll be doing the wee draw live on the channel when the balls are all gone. So if you want to take part, like I says earlier, please do so by using our PayPal, which is that, ryanclifford9@aol.co.uk. If anybody doesn't have PayPal, now this isn't a shot on or a dig at anyone at all. We have learned previously that there is slightly older people watch the podcast, Ryan. So I do understand older people might not have availability to send via PayPal. If that is the case, folks, please contact us on social media. You can get us on Facebook, Twitter, or X as it's called now, Instagram, or TikTok. Myself and Ryan have access to them all, and we'll get back to you pretty much right away. That's how good we are. We'll get back to you right away. And if we don't, I'll do it when I get my memory back. But if I don't see you through the week, I'll see you through the Monday. And if I don't see you run a boot, I'll certainly see you run a shoe. Have a lovely weekend, everybody. Take care. Hail. Come on, the Celts. Let's get into this team that we're playing tomorrow. And I'll see you all on Monday night, folks. Take care.
See you later.
Hi folks, JP here from the podcast. Just to let you all know that the podcast is sponsored by AB Entertainment, and the AB stands for Mr. Alec Beveridge. It's a DJ and entertainment business. Alex is on Facebook and Instagram, and you can hit him up through the WhatsApp for any bookings on 07845 746 092. And also, folks, the podcast has taken on a new partner, and we're partnered by MCM Framing Services and Hoops Memorabilia. If you want any jerseys, or if you've got any memorabilia sitting around you want framed or anything looked after that way, contact John Mullaney, and you can get him at johnmullaney0971@gmail.com, or contact him on his mobile 07835 072 582. And here at the Unrestricted View, we hope you're all enjoying the content, and if you are, please like and subscribe. It's free to do so, and also share amongst your Celtic family as well. Hail from all of us.